I'm Guy Lane and this is the Planet Report. In today's news, dinner is cancelled. A new science paper titled Climate Change Has Likely Already Affected Global Food Production indicates that one of the most feared impacts of abrupt climate change might already be upon us. According to the synopsis, crop yields are projected to decrease under future climate conditions, and recent research suggests that yields may have already been impacted. The paper was received by the journal PLOS-ONE in October 2018 and so fails to take into consideration the recent extreme weather events, including the catastrophic flooding in the United States, drought in India, and European heatwave. If that doesn't convince you to adopt a Perium Diet, I don't know what will. In French news, the government moves ahead with plans to tax air travel for ecological purposes. The flight tax will add 1.5 euros to the cost of an economy flight and 9 euros for business class. Transport Minister for the Ecological Transition, Elizabeth Bourne, no relation to the famous acting character Jason Bourne, told reporters that the government expects the flight tax to raise about 200 million US a year to fund green investments in transport infrastructure, including the rail network. A lot of flying frogs indeed. In Brisbane, Australia, Murdoch media empire News Corp continues to demonstrate its disdain for fair and balanced reporting in the public interest by insulting an Extinction Rebellion activist this week, with headlines reading, "Send 'em packing with a dacking," assumed to be a reference to sadistically manhandling someone by the seat of their pants. The Courier Mail, a shabby rag, the best use of which is to wrap up cat droppings, top-lined the story with the words, "Cops show how to deal with feral species clogging our roads." Yes, they used the word feral species. Besides insulting the brave rebels who are prepared to sacrifice their own liberty for the public good, the so-called newspaper failed to mention the ecological and climate catastrophe that is befalling our planet and the 8 billion human population and millions of other species that inhabit it. The Courier Mail's use of language to dehumanize people, feral species, follows the strong tradition of the German Nazi Party, who used similar words as part of their campaign to persecute European Jews in the years preceding and during the Second World War. This awful piece of so-called journalism is regarded as causus rebelli, a cause for rebellion, against News Corp, a media empire that has a base in Bowen Hills, Brisbane, in which there are just 2 vehicle entrances that could easily be blocked by a small contingent of rebels. I wonder what the bean counters and the PR team of News Corp would have to say about that. And finally, in Perium religion news, plans are underway for the annual Earth New Year ceremony. Held on the 16th of July to commemorate the beginning of the Anthropocene epoch, the Night of Fire and Wine features a number of exciting activities. The highlight of the evening is the Trini Bomb Test, an event that brings in the new year with a bang at 9:29 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time by detonating a noisy but harmless device. The ceremony depicts the first ever atmospheric nuclear test in which a 14-kiloton thermonuclear bomb was detonated in the New Mexico desert in 1945. This year's Trini Bomb Test device, referred to as the Gadget, is constructed of 200,000 milligrams of solidified carbonic anhydride inside a polyethylene terephthalate inner substructure submerged in 8,000 milliliters of dihydrogen monoxide contained within a high-density polyethylene outer skin. With an estimated yield of several hundred picograms of TNT equivalent, this year's Gadget seeks to improve upon the success of the Earth New Year 2018 device that excited the participants and frightened some local deer. Okay, stand by, stand by, stand by.
Oh, fuck. Guy! You didn't put it down properly.
Fire and hold.
Oh, the bottom's come off it.
No,
Yes, it has.
I'm Guy Lane, and that's the Planet Report.